Well, it's 4 in the morning. Look how many cars are here, guys. All over. And you say the poor middle class aren't hard workers, huh? That's pretty crazy. This one's mine. That's just showing you guys.
One shift later.
Alright, so we are back on the studio, and I'm sorry for this terrible lighting. I'm still working on it. The thing about the van is I only have curtains for like blocking out the light, and if I don't, then you have like a terrible light on the back, and I know it can get really annoying, so I'm trying to work on it. But right now, I have a pretty decent setup. I mean, I have this little lamp, which is also a fan, which is insane to me. Awesome. I'll leave it in the description if you want to buy it. It's like 20 bucks. It's awesome. And you guys have seen the studio before, so I don't have to show it to you anymore. Maybe I'll make a van like setup so you guys can see it, and then you can copy it if you want. But basically, it's just a bunch of stuff I bought on the internet. So anyway, the reason why I showed you guys that morning clip is because it helps with the point of today's video, and that is that, you know, the poor and middle class can often work way harder than the top 1%. And you know, I think it just proves the point, because when I showed you guys like the amount of packages people were doing on those sidegigs, which is one of the sidegigs that I promote on the channel, right? Keep in mind that, you know, sidegigs are minimum wage jobs, and not only is it a minimum wage job, it's an exploited, basically gig work, which means that the amount of people that come in, right? The purpose of it is to overwork them so they quit, and then more people come in, and that's how they keep like prices low and stuff like that, which is why I always often say that you should have advantages and a strategy around it. But you know, when I go to the shifts at 4 in the morning, which I don't like to do because it just breaks my heart seeing so many people driving around, you know, basically because they need money, because who wants to wake up 4 in the morning to do like work, you know? It's because they need the money. It just breaks my heart seeing them with the little car driving around 40-50 stops. Like, I have the cargo van, which is part of my strategy, so I'm not like feeling the pain they do, but man, it just, you know, it breaks my heart seeing that. And that's actually what inspired me to make today's video, because it's not only in sidegigs, which, I mean, sidegigs, technically you're not employees, so you basically accept that you're gonna be exploited. You know, that's why you can take breaks and come back every once in a while, which I do like about that. But you know, it's not just sidegigs, guys. It's basically a bunch of middle class fields, like truck drivers, for example. You know, a lot of them have to work 10 to 12-hour shifts, driving around like 600 miles every single day to deliver, you know, stuff for people in stores. It's absolutely crazy to me. You know, that's basically being exploited. You're working 12 hours every day, you know. How about nurses? Nurses have to work 12-hour shifts, usually overnight shifts as well. You know, imagine working from 6 in the morning to 6 at night to 6 in the morning. Yeah, I think so. 12-hour shifts, and I do know that they get paid pretty decent, but you're still not in control of your schedule. You have to, you know, work around with the hospital or whatever place you're working at tells you to. How about car workers? You know, people that work on the cars, right? I often seen those people have 12-hour shifts where they work from 6 in the morning to 6 at evening, or, you know, 6 at evening to like 6 in the morning. 12-hour shifts, right? So if you think about it, a lot of these like middle and low class positions, what do? They work, and they work a lot, and their job is kind of easy. I'm not gonna lie that the job is easy, but the reason why it's so easy is because it's easily disposable. You can get rid of the person that's working that job, and if you notice any flaw or any issue with that person, which eventually happens because people get burnt out, people, you know, things happen in their life, so they underperform, then the company notices and they fire them, and they bring new people in. Or basically what most people do, especially in this country, which is a first world country, right? What they do is they make it unbearable for the worker, so he quits. But hey, I'm not gonna say any of that, right? And you know, then more people come in, because there's always another person to come in and do the job. So there's no value in you as a person, especially if you're doing these low and middle like wage jobs, right? So obviously you're just gonna get discarded and moved on, right? But what do the rich people do? What are the top 1%? You know, what is their life like? They don't have to deliver out, you know, for example, I do sidegigs, right? They don't have to be out there delivering, you know, 50, 60 stops to make those 5,000, how much is it? $5,000 every minute? They don't have to, you know, I don't have to go, he doesn't, like the CEO, right, doesn't have to go out and start working on the cars to make, how much is it, how much did he make last year, like $1 billion, $10 billion, right, be able to buy a company for 40 billion that basically just produces a bunch of code. Do you really think these people work as hard as they say they do? That they work 24 hours, 24/7 and all this? Nah, they don't. And if they do work 24/7, it's basically just like, yeah, no, yeah, okay, you do that for me. Yeah, you go do that for me. Oh, I'm gonna go on Twitter now. That's their job, and guess how much they get paid? Hundreds of thousands, if not millions, per year. Now, the reason why I tell you all of this is not so you get mad at the rich and say, oh, I want to eat the rich. No, it's so you become aware of the position you're in, guys. Because if you're aware of it, then you can actually start fighting it. And that's literally why I decided to go with this ultra minimalist lifestyle, because it's the only way I can think of, okay, if I make this amount of money, I need to spend this little money. As little as I can. Like I literally, like, obviously I'm not like suffering because I kind of have like a reward system, which is called a gacha system. I'll leave a video in the description you want to watch. It's basically how to turn life into a gacha game. Basically you reward yourself for doing like a task that you were supposed to do anyway, and then you take a little bit of money that you earn, you put it there, and then you buy stuff that you want with it. That's just what I do. But going back to the topic, right? You basically live way under your means, and then you take that money and you buy assets. Assets is the rich one. And those assets, if you look at rich people, what assets do they have? They tend to have real estate, they had to have the stocks, and they tend to have a lot of like things that pay them, real estate investments. They tend to have like a lot of like workers, so they get money for them, stuff like that. So the closest thing I could think about is dividends, which is essentially how you become free, and then stocks, which is how you become like them, like the top 1%, right? The people that basically just sit back and just watch their investments grow year after year after year, and they literally make how much money? Hundreds of thousands every single year, if not millions. Like if you look at charts of like companies, guys, like look at the insane growth these companies have. Like if you work a minimum wage job, or you work like a middle class job, and you're starting to notice that, hey, all your money goes to bills and stuff like that, you should get mad. You should really get mad, but don't get mad at the people that are giving you jobs. Get mad at the fact that you're being exploited and you want to get out of there. And that's the coolest thing about being in a country like this. You can get out of it. You can't get out of it. Now, if you trap yourself in, then you're gonna have to make a hard choice. But I made my hard choice. Look at me right now. Now, what's your hard choice? And obviously, if you're really young and you're watching this, I don't want you to like start getting angry at your parents either. Like, this is not their fault. It's just how it is. It's how the system's been, and you're gonna be the one that breaks it. You're gonna be the one that's gonna, get the freedom that you need, have the time that you need to build something, and then use that and create income with it. Your first goal has to be to create income, and then the second goal has to be to create like things that go up of value. So I don't know, guys, just a different video for you guys. I know that I always say the same things on the channel, but I wanted this video to be more of an eye-opener than just like me talking about how you should do the same 20 things over again, because it's just how it is. You have to understand it so you can be so you can be aware of it, and then you can actually like be part of it. And I want to be part of them. I want to be part of the people that literally make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, I call it a fake portfolio. This isn't actually what I actually make. But if I ever look at my fake portfolio and I just see how much it's gone up, it just breaks my heart, man. Because if I could have bought those companies, I would have made a killing. And oh my gosh, would I have made a killing? Yes, sir. I would have made a huge amount of money. But anyway, guys, so this video was just something me talking, nothing special. But if you made it till the end, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching the videos. I know the last video was kind of controversial with the poll, but I'm on an uncensored channel. I don't get paid for this. So I just want to show you guys a different perspective, and I think it's just helpful. If you're a woman and you watch the video and you got angry at it, listen, you have a better life than men, though. That if you understand that you're gonna have a nicer life, but an easier life, leave that to the guys, because technically having all that stuff is not easy. That's literally the point of it, not to get anyone angry. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.